Hey Zach, I've been remaking some old thumbnails for some early videos, and I think the Sorella Targaryen one looks like Dragon Ball. What do you think?
I see.
Got some Dragon Ball
Oh yeah,
vibes?
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first video that we ever put up on this channel. And if anyone wants to put together the wiki entry for it, they can because we have a wiki.
That is the most exciting thing.
Yeah, you can go and check that out and like comment and edit to your delight. I We have been having trouble keeping track of some of our theories, and I think that that's just a very fun way to do that. Zach, I understand you have a theory for me today.
I do. I'm still writing it out a wee bit. Uh
Oh, just a wee bit.
just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit, writing it
It's
out.
it's a wild one that I got for you today.
Oh, okay.
Uh it's gonna go all sorts of places. I can be writing it as you're guessing it.
Okay.
But it's I don't think it's good and honorable enough to say I need 5 more minutes to really make this polish. It will never polish. So Tom, I'm gonna give you the first hit.
All right.
Many fans believe there was a baby swap where Danny and John were switched. The genesis of this theory is another popular theory.
Oh. Oh,
And
come
Tom,
on.
personally, we don't like this theory. We
Oh
both commented on
man.
this. We're not fans.
We're doing this. We're doing this. We're doing
Uh,
this. This is like it's a nice morning. It's 11:30, right? I'm like just starting to get into the stride of the day. Like I had a
and I'm
migraine
coming.
all day yesterday, and you hit me with n plus a equals d.
No, I am not asserting that in
Oh
this theory.
no.
Actually,
Oh no.
it's going to get so much dumber.
Oh no, Zach, no.
We're starting with something that you already think is dumb, and I promise you, we have not sunk to the depths yet.
Okay.
If you enjoy our dumb theories, you're in for a treat today.
This is not the bottom.
We have not hit the Marianas Trench yet. No.
Okay. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Compare this to our last one. How unhinged is this?
Uh, the worst part is it's going to start here and say this is like has to be unhinged because we're talking about this,
Uh-huh.
and then it's going to suddenly have a lot of like good logical deductions and like points as to why this is logistically difficult, and then the answer is 10 times as unhinged as anything that happened in the last video.
Oh no. Oh no, Zach, this video has a prestige?
I'm going to prestige you from dumb to actually well thought out
Oh
to dumber.
no. Oh no, where's my fish tank? I have need of it. Um, well, okay. Um, that Danny and John were swapped. So Danny is the child of Rhaegar and Lyanna, and John is the child of Aerys and Rhaella.
Well, so there's two versions of this
Uh-huh.
where yeah, John is Danny is the child of Rhaegar and Lyanna, and then some people say John is Brandon and Nishara. Others say that it is Aerys and Rhaella, and that one's harder to justify. There's problems with a lot of these, and I will just give you dings for any like logical problems you can point out with this.
Logical problems I can point out with this.
With the baby swap theory in general, we're treating this like an anti-theory. I want evidence against this.
It's stupid.
I mean, yeah.
um that was the birth on Dragonstone was well documented and very notable.
Ding, I'll give you that.
Okay.
Rael's death and Dany's birth happens on the same day as a massive storm and the Targaryen family's final flight from Storm's End. It is incredibly well documented the circumstances under which it happened. You can say those are difficult circumstances to give birth, and like who knows, etc. It's bad for record keeping, but like the idea that Danny was born there has multiple witnesses, including a character who's very close to Danny, who we see multiple times in the first book,
Now,
which is another hint.
in deference to him, he was like, what, 4?
No,
At
he's
the time?
8.
He's 8? He's 8? Yeah,
Danny,
no,
Danny was
yeah,
born
no, this
in
theory's stupid.
he was born. Danny's born in 284, and then Vizzy the Third, the Beggar King,
Busy
I
3.
believe is 276. I think.
It's Vizzy T,
Yeah,
Vizzy
276.
3, and Victizi.
He's full on 8 years old, and would have to have faulty memories of the day his mother died and he had to flee a place he was staying for his security, and his sibling was born at the same time in order for this theory to be true.
Yeah.
And that's also true if it's Brandon Ashar's kid. He has to have faulty memories of his mom, like giving birth, or something like that, that to pass off a stillbirth as a live birth. And that's tough when you're 8 years old and you understand these things way better than a 4-year-old does.
All right. So
I remember
Brandon
being
Ashara
8 years old. I don't remember it perfectly, but there are things I did when I was like 7, 8 years old. I was 7 when the new millennium happened, and I still remember that New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I was 7 when my smallest sibling was born, and I remember it very distinctly.
It's weird that this all hinges on his memory being absolutely terrible and not good.
Now, his memory doesn't need to be bad. He can have been lied to. But, like, by whom? I guess Rayella. The only way that this works is if Rayella intentionally, like, baby swapped. Right.
Intentionally baby swap. And like he would have known that she was pregnant, so if she didn't give birth to anybody, like one, if there's a stillbirth, like he would have said, "Where's the baby?" Because you would have been able to say that at 8.
Where's
And
the
if there was
baby?
never a baby to swap, he would have said, "How could mom have a baby? She wasn't pregnant."
Yeah.
I saw my mom all the time. I can tell what she looks like when she's pregnant. She had at least one failed pregnancy before this that I think he was alive for.
Yeah, and like my dad keeps on talking about it.
Or maybe he didn't actually. No, I actually don't think she did. But
Okay. So
maybe
so
not. But like
I'm with you so far. So okay. All right. How you have set me a task to make this make sense.
I,
Um so oh my god. Okay. So Brandon would have had to be oh my god, like the timeline of everything is wild.
yeah, I'll give
Um
it. Okay, keep
does
going.
Brandon need to have been in Starfall the year before the year before the Robert's Rebellion? So is Liana
Brandon,
just irrelevant?
I'm not asserting there's any Brandon and Shara kids here because the timeline, I can give a ding there.
Okay.
A child of Brandon and Shara would be significantly older than an infant by the time the war is over. The war goes on for a little over a year, I think. Robert's Rebellion.
Would be notably older than an infant.
Yeah, Robert's Rebellion uh, starts in 282, ends in 283, and the tourney at Harrenhal is held in 281.
So people assert
The,
that Brandon hooked up with Ashara at the tourney at Harrenhal.
yes, because the timeline for him to do that otherwise is very sketch, unless you believe that he was not killed and or turned into a tree that same year.
What if Ashara visited him as a tree? Like Benjen.
Um, I can't dispute that like that's possible, but early 282, Brandon Stark is dead.
Yeah.
the timeline on it gets really sketchy, and the kid would be noticeably older.
Yes.
So I'm asserting right now that couldn't have happened at a similar time. Like the thing that works about Danny's like parentage and circumstances of birth and John's alleged circumstances of birth, if you believe R plus L equals J, is they happen at a very similar time and they are both around the right age.
Okay. So who so it has to be Leanna and Rayella.
Those had to be the mothers, yes.
Nobody else makes any kind of sense.
Yes.
And it can't whoever gets baby swapped into the Stark home has to look like a Stark.
Ding. Uh Danny looks like a Targaryen, or Valerian has Valerian features. John has Northman features.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Which would mean that like you would think that they would not have to do a baby swap because they would look the right way. But if there was a baby swap, if the kids are the other way around, it's really weird that John would be born to two Targaryens that have Northman features.
Are they fraternal twins? Is that what you're saying to me?
No, I'm asserting they're both born in that the circumstances of both births are accurate.
You keep saying the circumstances of their birth, and all I can think of is that Mewtwo quote. The
I can see now the
circumstances.
circumstances of my birth, your birth are irrelevant. That's what you do with the gift of life.
Yeah.
That's also a recurring theme of these books.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things. I love saying that. I love running out that quote.
Because
With
it's
the
very
tagline.
profound and comes from a kids movie.
I know I love running out that quote and attributing it to a famous Japanese philosopher. None
It's
of that
not.
is wrong. None of that is wrong, by the
It
way.
is no. That is not wrong at all.
Uh, okay. So Zach, why? What are we doing? Why are we talking about this? Why are we talking
What are
about this, Zach?
what happens to the mothers?
They both die.
Yeah, I'll give you two dings there.
Oh, lovely.
Leanna seems to die within minutes of Ned's arrival, and Rayella dies giving birth to Danny in similar circumstances to Leanna.
Leanna seems to die within minutes of Ned's arrival, and Rayella dies. Say that again.
Uh, Almost immediately after giving birth to Danny.
After giving birth to Danny in a similar fashion.
Yes.
Okay, Zach, but what? And also why?
So this is like one of them plausible. Like women dying on childbirth like happened a lot. Like pre good
Especially
medicine
especially
still
Valyrian
happens.
women.
It still tragically happens today. But like yeah, it happens to Targaryen women a lot. But she had a lot of births and a lot of stillbirths beforehand with no issue or no serious issue. Nothing that killed her, at least obviously. Lyanna, that's her first childbirth, so we don't know. Maybe she was just like not able to without serious damage to herself. But it is weird that they both deliver perfectly healthy babies and both die in a very close proximity to each other.
That is interesting. Will I get a ding if I say the word sabotage?
I don't know if it's sabotage as much as it is potential medical intervention.
What? Medical
Well, we'll
intervention?
we'll go back to that.
What is there?
Uh,
Is there like a random Grandmaster Pycelle kicking around in this story right now?
uh, I don't think his official rank is Grand Maester, but
A
uh,
regular Maester
we'll get back to
Pycelle.
that. I don't even know if Maester is the correct terminology. I think it's a different organization.
Wait,
But
hang on. I can fish my way through this.
let's go back to we have witnesses to Liana being there too, right?
Um, Yes, but nobody reliable. We have
It's
the
Ned for sure.
yep, we have Ned and Howland, and then the three Kingsguard, and plus the midwife.
Yeah, the midwife, we don't know what happened to her. The Kingsguard are dead. Howland, we haven't seen yet, but Ned remembers this.
Yeah,
It is weird that Ned remembers this and doesn't remember, like, he doesn't talk about the baby at all, which people point as evidence for this. But that's not really evidence for this because he doesn't give us any evidence. And I feel like the baby looking away he doesn't expect would be more memorable. God granted, his sister dying is the most memorable part,
yeah.
but like he in a turnaround, he finds out that his sister is pregnant, his sister is dying, his sister dies, and he is left with a baby he cannot account for. How does this man then hatch a plan right then and there to do a baby swap? That kind of rules out the Brandon and Shar one that must take place days
Yeah,
later.
let me do you one better. In addition to all of that, he takes down the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Like if the story is to be believed at its face, he and Howland Reed knock down the tower like on their own.
They get rid of a
Presumably
compelling
one of
piece.
them holding a baby.
Yeah, well, holding a baby, getting rid of a compelling piece of evidence to your narrative as to how things went. If you want to do the baby swap, that is a mistake. Now, granted, if the baby swap happens afterwards, incidentally, that could just be a mistake, right? I didn't realize I was going to do a baby swap. If I did, I would have, not knocked down the Tower of Joy.
Happens in the hospital all the time. So why? So why? Okay. So we know that he rests at Starfall for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
He
He
goes
goes
to
to return
oh, does he return it
Arthur Dane's
then? No, he
sword
doesn't
to
return it
Shara.
then. He doesn't return it right away. Wait a minute. He doesn't return it right away.
You're
He
right.
where they have to rest for some period of time because they have an infant and it's two people on foot. Where are they resting? Are they in camp? They must be at the head of an army.
So I do have an idea of if the baby swap did happen, how it could have
Okay.
happened. We our good friend Mira Reeds has a theory about where Danny grew up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Can I try to swing for this one?
Yes.
She believes that Danny grew up in Bravos. I'm sorry, in Dorn.
Dorn, yep. Not Bravos, no lemon trees, but Dorn, good for lemon trees, good warm environment. And there's a kid that Ariana remembers with green hair. Ding. According to many fans and Mira Reeds believe that Danny grew up in Dorn.
Any fans, including Mira Reeds, believe that Danny grew up in Dorn. That's very interesting. Okay, why is that relevant?
Well, if Ned was hanging in Dorn for a while, and they took boats off of Storm's End, which they must have, they could have sailed straight for Dorn.
Yeah, but what? How do we get the other baby?
How do we get the baby swap?
Yeah, how do we get the other baby? There's
Well,
another
yeah. Now
baby.
with the problem. Now with the problem of how did these babies end up in what is staunchly the incorrect womb for them?
Yeah, yes.
Who else is in Dorne?
The Oberyn Martell and his niece.
They are there. The Martell family is a good tree to bark up,
Yeah.
but not
Oh,
Oberyn.
yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Sorella Sand, who is actually Rhaenys Targaryen.
I don't know if she was born yet, and the wrong tree to bark up
Oh,
also.
she was. She's three. She's three and awesome. And the more I think about this, the more confident I am. Um. Okay. Interesting. Let's think here. the Danes, Darkstar, will be a kid at this point, and Edward
Yeah.
Dane will also be like being born around this time.
Sorry, I have one last piece of baby swap evidence before we get to the guessing game.
Wait, this is the
Uh,
last piece of baby swap evidence?
it's the last strong one. The like last reason there. If we were to say that there was a baby swap, there would be a good reason for it because multiple people witness Ned on his journey back to Winterfell, and they probably would have noticed a kid with purple eyes
Multiple people.
and really pale skin.
Oh,
No, no,
oh, I see. Hang on. Multiple people would have noticed a blonde kid.
with
I
purple
see.
eyes.
So
Yeah.
so so he in your this
If
this theory in the middle is asserting that if he did the baby swap, it is because he had two kids, both of Targaryen or Valyrian lineage, but one of them could pass for Stark, so it didn't matter. He had to take that one.
yeah, even if that wasn't Lyanna's kid, he had to take the one
I
that
see.
passed.
I see. Okay. Yes. You know what?
Even though that would
That could be compelling to me.
even if that would technically betray whatever his promise was to uh his sister.
Well,
But
if the promise was keep the baby safe, like
yeah,
he can reason this baby will not be safe with me. I have to send this baby somewhere
with
where
somebody I
yeah,
trust.
yep, I have to send this baby with Viserys and these other fucking people
Much
because
as it
if I
hurts me, and I can take this other kid.
yep, because if I
Even though
don't,
this other kid looks way more like my sister, which is weird.
like I have if I don't, I have to go kneel in front of Robert holding this blonde-haired, purple-eyed kid and he's just going to kill it.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, I don't think that's your kid, actually.
Yeah. Um so but yes, now we have the issue where how do we get Stark features onto any kid that is not Lyanna's?
Yeah, yep, that's the difficult part. Now,
Is it Brandon plus Rayella?
no, I'm asserting that Rayella uh, did not have an affair with somebody else.
Okay.
I am asserting that that kid is in fact child of Aerys. Danny is in fact the child of Aerys and Rayella,
Okay. And you're asserting that the child of Aerys and Rayella has
or at the very
Stark
least, the
features.
child that's given birth, whether it's Danny or John, one of those children is of that lineage, and the other child is of Rhaegar plus Lyanna. As
Okay.
to which one's which, that's
Hang on.
part of the theory.
I need a diagram real fast. Okay. So
Okay.
we have two kids, right?
Yeah.
We have one that is definitely R plus L, and one that is
There's
definitely A plus
A
R.
plus
Yeah, that's fine.
or A plus R, yeah.
Okay. So
And which kid is which is part of the question here.
okay, and both of these kids, R plus L has Stark features. Wait, no, no. Okay, so you're saying that R plus L, this is Danny. This is
In
not
order to believe the baby swap, you kind of have to believe this.
okay.
Either that, or you have to believe that Ned was able to pass off a 1-year-old as an infant,
A plus R,
and
and this
I
is
don't
John.
think that's reasonable.
So this put how this is okay.
Okay, no,
Ready?
leave.
Ready? Hang on. I'm gonna carry on my diagram here, Zach. You ready?
Yeah,
Ready? Watch this. I'm gonna click this. Ready? Ready? This is Viserys's horse, right? Uh
yeah.
oh. Oh no. Oh no. Look at the oh.
Uh
You know,
oh,
I once knew this.
this horse.
I once knew this horse. Oops. Something doesn't seem right here, Zach.
You're correct. Something doesn't seem right. Tom, if Danny did live in Doran, who must have facilitated that deal?
It had to have either been Oberyn or Lewin. Not Lewin. The other one. Who's the other
Who's
one?
the other one?
Help me.
Who's the head of the House
Help
Martell?
me. I know I can see him. It's Dr. Bashir.
You know what? Ding.
Thank you.
In Deep Space Nine,
What?
Dr. Bashir. in Deep Space Nine, Dr. Bashir swaps a fetus from Kiko O'Brien into Kira Nerys, into
Zach!
Major Kira.
Zach! Zach!
You're me laughing maniacally.
Zach, no! Uh, uh, Nerys? Nerys?
Nerys, yeah.
Zach, no! Zach, what are we doing?
We're off the rails now. I made the baby swap work. You're welcome, Preston Jacobs.
Zach, what do you mean? You
You're
didn't
welcome,
make it work?
RIG. I made it work.
Oh, are you
Who
saying
plays?
that because he's the same character, he can do that?
Oh, ding. Yeah. Dr. Bashir is played by Alexander Siddig, who also plays Doran Martell in Game of Thrones.
Plays Doran Martell and Dr. Bashir.
I am asserting they're the same
Okay.
character.
Okay. Oh, okay. So this is a universe spanning theory.
I have more evidence.
Do you?
Do you remember one of the many Bashir falls in love with a side character who never comes back episodes that we get? There's a lot of X falls in love with a character who's only in this episodes
I
of
remember
Deep
a
Space
few
Nine.
of those. Is that the one? Does he fall in love with the girl who exists exclusively in zero gravity?
Yes, ding.
Okay.
Bashir dates a woman from a world with very different gravity uh, that is much lighter than Earth. When she is in regular gravity, she's confined to a wheelchair.
I understand. She is confined to a wheelchair. And you, of course, gravity. Oh, regular
Just
gravity.
two gravities.
They only made one. It has Sandra Bullock, I think. You are, of course, asserting that when Dr. Bashir came back to find his Federation homeworld, presumably post-apocalyptic, right?
Uh,
He
Well, no,
needed to
this
be in a wheelchair because he spent so much time on this woman's home planet.
That's possible. What I was going for is that, unbeknownst to us, everybody in Westeros is a human-looking alien, which are common in Star Trek. And explain things like purple eyes pretty conveniently. And uh, unbeknownst to us, the world of Westeros has far more gravity than we thought it does. But they've just built a world that is made for that level of gravity. So we'll never notice until a human shows up.
Yes, it's normal for everyone except Julian Bashir.
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody but Julian Bashir is experiencing normal gravity.
Great.
That's why he has to be Doran Martell.
Great. He doesn't
This
have
would
gout.
explain. Yeah, this would explain the transporter did some damage to the internal organs of both women, and that's why they both died. That's why it happened so close to each other. And now we have a reason for the baby swap. It's because the wrong baby came out. So later, they would meet in Doran and be like, "Wow, this is really weird that this kid that is clearly Lyanna's came out of Rayella." And they're like, I thought it was kind of weird that this kid that's really clearly Rayella's came out of Lyanna. And then Dr. Bashir rolls up and is like, "Hey guys, so I was trying to get both of them here, and you're not going to believe what happened." Transporter accidents happen all the time, as it turns out.
I wish we had a face cam.
The baby swap was just them taking care of a transporter accident that Dr. Bashir caused.
Baby swap.
Do-do-do-do.
Oh,
Baby swap.
all right,
Do-do-do-do-do.
Zach. So, Julian Bashir is orbiting around Westeros, right? He's orbiting Planetos. He sees that he goes in to observe the royal family, and he accidentally transporters back Lyanna, Rhaegar, Rhaella, and let's say Viserys the Third. They're all on the ship now, and they of course do that thing where they wake up, right? And they're like, "What is this
Yeah,
incredible place? Wow, I have such perspective now, and I can go back and be a better leader." And and Cisco is like, "No, you have to. We're gonna have to wipe your memory." And Julian is like, "I'll go back with them. I'll go back with them, Commander." And he goes with them to see that they reacclimate themselves to life there, to life on Planetos. And of course, this
yeah,
necessitates his wheelchair. And unfortunately, there's one of these like semi-comedic transporter accidents where the babies get swapped because he left the Keiko O'Brien program running. Right, he left those
yes,
instructions in
which
his head.
causes internal trauma to the both of them.
Yes, and of course, like he cracks a joke with Miles O'Brien in the teleporter, and like, yeah, you didn't do that. You didn't do that with the last kid, did you, Julian? I'll be
No,
upset if that's not my kid. Right.
yeah,
And and this, of course, like Viserys is like goes a little crazy because of transporter stuff, and Julian requires uh both of the like Ned has to go and get both of the babies so they can swap them back and get them in the correct places. Did I get that all right, Zach?
I think that's yeah. That's not 100% what I was going for, but like that's a plausible explanation as to how this happens.
It's as
And
plausible as
then
anything,
Julian decides
any of the other baby swap bullshit.
no, this is about on par with the level of gymnastics you have to do to understand a baby swap
And
theory.
if you're still here, I hope you're enjoying
sorry,
this
sorry to every
improv.
baby swap believer for being called out so immediately, but I was having a lot of fun.
He was a baby swap believer and a homecoming meme.
Oh.
All right, Zach, take me to the next part, please.
Okay. Well, let's live in this brain space a little bit. If Doran Martell is Dr. Bashir, like, does he have Star Trek technology with him?
Yeah, absolutely, he does.
So, like, they've sent they like in Voyager they send down the Doctor onto a planet with a mobile emitter, right? Uh,
Sure.
I'm asserting that it's actually Dr. Bashir down there, but maybe the Oberyn who dies is a hologram. And the Oberyn is still alive, and isn't Qyburn like Mira thinks. It's just they sent a hologram
I forgot
to
about that.
die. Uh, they sent a hologram to die in that duel, and Oberyn's off doing other stuff.
Yeah, the Mountain felt that it was weird that Oberyn had no corporeal form, but he's kind of dumb, and he was poisoned. So.
Yeah.
Mhm. So Oberyn's
Right.
still alive. Okay, what
Oberyn's still
else?
alive. Only a hologram died there. Uh, could other people in Doran's entourage be like Deep Space Nine characters? Is Ario
Um,
Hotak Commander Cisco? Captain Cisco?
Probably not.
Jake?
Probably not. He's
Quark with extensive makeup.
yeah, he's definitely
Wait,
Worf. Yeah.
wait, Odo. Odo could be anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
That's
yeah, Ariel Hotai
I
is.
can't deny that, Zach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake Sisko is obviously Quentin.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it's more likely one of Quentin's companions.
Yeah. Because we can't kill Jake Sisko. The people. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nog is Sisko. Nog is Nog is Quentin.
I feel like they both went along with Quentin. Like
Uh,
Quentin's two closest compatriots are Jake and Nog.
sure. Yeah. Okay. Um, Oberyn is Garrick, obviously.
I believe it. That
Yeah.
actually makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. Hey, you could say that. I can't stop you. Um. Let's see. What's his name? Attention, Bajoran workers.
Gul Dukat.
Yeah, Gul Dukat has got to be around for sure.
He shows up on the planet as well.
Yeah, absolute. Oh yeah. Oh my God. He's Cersei.
Well, no, he becomes in the end of Deep Space Nine. He essentially becomes the Great Other by being like the
Oh,
champion of the pirates.
absolutely. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
asserting, of course, that Gul Dukat is Euron Greyjoy.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. No, that's Martok. Martok is Euron.
Martok is Euron. I don't know
Gul
if Martok.
Dukat.
Martok's not. But there's a whole thing about Martok not being like
I'm sorry.
a
I
good
didn't
enough
mean
captain.
Martok. I meant the one with the eyes.
Gowron.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Gowron
Gow-
Greyjoy.
Gowron Greyjoy. You know
Um,
what? They both have notable eyes.
Cisco is Bloodraven, obviously.
He's the original time traveling brand.
Yeah.
Jokes on all of you who watch us for A Song of Ice and Fire. This is just an excuse to talk about Star Trek
Yes, we've
again.
tricked you. We've tricked you. We're doing a Star Trek episode today. I really I can't wait for the comments from the people who listen to us to fall asleep, who like who are gonna wake up in the morning and not know why they want to watch Star Trek. They've never watched Star Trek before. They've never really thought about it, but now they want to watch Star Trek.
I know. I imagine somebody who fell asleep after the first clue and woke up now and is hearing us talk about Star Trek. Oh, they're on a tangent. They wipe their eyes and look at the board and like,
Uh,
huh?
uh,
What?
uh.
What?
Yeah. Who else is in here? Zach. How many other Deep Space Nine characters can we name? Who's Quark?
Goodness. Who? Like, I guess
Quark and
Quark
Nog.
could
Where's
be.
Quark and Nog
Well,
hanging
like
out?
Quark and Bashir had a good friendship, especially the later seasons where they like reminisce that they didn't get to date. Neither of them got to date. Um,
Quark's mom.
fuck. Just, yes, neither of them got to date Jadzia, my fucking avatar, who I'm looking at right now, but could not remember the name of. Dex.
Yeah.
Uh, they like form a bond over like they commiserate, and like he's a regular customer at Quarks, and he and Niles O'Brien, his best buddy, uh, like are part of like they have party there and celebrate Quark's bar. Quark appreciates their patronage. Maybe Quark and like Miles are part of the Keep Danny Safe team, right? Maybe the reason that Miles is there is Miles is Illyrio, and the reason he misses his wife is because his wife was actually awesome,
Oh
and the
yeah.
young Griff is actually their kid, their second kid, the son.
Yeah. Absolutely. And Keiko is of course still on the Enterprise because that's what yeah
Yeah, they
she's
fake
still
the
on it.
whole
Yeah.
she's dead thing. He feels sad and has to come up with that she's dead because saying actually she's on a spaceship. We just have to wait for a while.
It's
I got
really
to bring the
weird.
boy. She got to keep the girl.
Man, Esri Dax took a dark turn when she decided to start uh, 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 growing growing her replacements out of the Bolton family.
But
This is not the only
Quark could
body
be.
swapping skin changer in this conversation.
That's true. That's true. There are multiple skin changers in the universe now. I
Uh-huh.
guess Quark could be Tycho Nestorius
Oh yeah,
from the
yep,
Iron Bank.
absolutely.
It feels like something he would have worked his way
Yep.
into,
Mhm. Mhm.
and then he could have gone to Bravos with Miles O'Brien.
Now I like Miles
This is all
in
nonsense. You're listening to nonsense if you're still listening.
I
None of
like
this is true or makes sense.
I like Miles in Bravos, but what do you think of Miles
The only two
and
people listening are a random internet guy and Mira Reeds,
what do you
and
think
they're
of
enthused.
Miles? What do you think of Miles and Cisco as Stannis and Davos?
Miles O'Brien and Davos Seaworth are like the same character,
Yeah, they are the
basically.
same person. Uh, yeah, this is nothing. This is like we say this a lot. This is friend noises. This is ASMR, but for having people in the room.
This is ASMR, but for having stoned nerds in the room.
Yeah, yeah, I say this a lot. Like, people, I used to think it was weird that people use these videos to fall asleep. But I don't anymore. It's like there is a certain aesthetic to falling asleep on a like in a spare bedroom at a party while people are
Yeah,
still playing board games outside.
yeah. The getting EP on the couch while people are watching bad movies. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Getting SEP, getting SEP on the couch, getting
SCP.
SEP Foundation. And stay tuned for our horror videos. We will be talking much more about the SEP Foundation.
Oh yes, I should have a theory about that eventually.
Uh, Zach, I don't think this is publishable.
This video is absolutely publishable.
I don't think
It's
it is.
is it that much? Isn't that much of a call out on baby swap believers to make an absurdist knockoff where it's like I made it made sense, and I only have to
No.
make it make sense by making it a crossover with the Star Trek universe.
Here's the problem. Oh, this video is dunking on them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Never mind.
It's not dunking. It's
No,
light
I'm
ribbing.
dunking on them.
Okay, you
Look,
know what? I set them up for a light ribbing, and you went in for the slam dunk.
here's my favorite thing about media. Right. This is
Yeah,
what media is supposed to be. I love I love D&D, right? I love the idea of of fictional conflicts. It allows us to have real discussions, real conversations with fake stakes. We can hone our debate and discussion skills without risk of actually like hurting anyone's thoughts and feelings or offending anyone's actual beliefs. The fact that
if
you
you are
believe
deeply
this
upset
shit,
by somebody saying a particular theory in the Song of Ice and Fire fandom is dumb, that says a lot about you
yeah,
and not a lot about the theory of the other person.
like if you think this is true, that does not reflect poorly on you. If you think
Yep.
this is true and it bothers you when I say it's not, that reflects poorly on you.
Yeah. If you Ian believes there's a baby swap, and I understand his argument, and I disagree, and I think a baby swap will be wacky. Ian is
Like
random internet guy.
I'm like you believe that there were baby swaps and I believe that all the M&Ms that all the Skittles taste the same, right? Like these are things that don't matter.
That second one's way more controversial.
Yeah, I'll fight somebody about that. You want to know why? Because it's fake, and we can have a
Your
fight
argument
about
isn't
it.
that they all taste the same. Your argument is that they all tasted like different forms of sugar.
Oh my god, no, they're all the same. They're exactly the same flavor.
This is
They're
madness.
the
Now we're
same
on
thing.
the
Oh my god, I can
the
hear the
only way we'll
comments.
know is if they transport the inside of the Skittles into a different Skittle, and you can taste the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, baby, you can taste the rainbow anytime you want to. Oh man, yeah. Okay, all right. I don't know. It's more of like a think piece than a theory.
Remember what?
It's more of like a think piece than a theory. We're like
It's
we're
a,
like
it's a
weeding out
particularly
the
bad
people who
think
suck.
piece. It's a like think piece that didn't have a lot of thought put in it. Actually, I noticed that as I was recording this, I somehow received a job offer from Uproxx.
What's up, Rocks?
Not much. You.
Hey, let's go!
Oh my lord! I hope you like the madness in these
What,
theories because this is the whole back half of this. I don't
was
even know how long this has been going,
was that
but I like to think at least half of this is just inane banter.
was that an actual ligma, or did you actually get a job offer?
No, no. The joke was that a low effort clickbait firm sent me a job application after I put this video together.
Oh my god.
I would never work for Uproxx. I have too much prestige. I'd work for BuzzFeed, thank you.
I'll make my own BuzzFeed with blackjack and baby swaps. You know what? Forget the blackjack. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one, Zach. This might be a Patreon.
I, I, who's gonna be
Convince
upset
me
by
right
this?
now. Convince me that it goes up.
It's really easy to clickbait this one by saying there was a baby swap in the thumbnail,
Uh-huh.
and putting like a picture of like Liana on there, or Danny or John. It'd be really easy. And then we give it a very clickbaity title,
Uh-huh. Like what?
and oh goodness,
Like
the
like the interdimensional baby swap?
no, we don't even don't give it away. Let it be full on clickbait. Let
Yeah, but
people be
like
angry
that
about
sounds like time traveling Brand, doesn't it?
it. I would say
People love that shit.
uh, it could be called like Doran's secret. Doran's secret.
Oh my god, Doran's secret baby swap?
Doran's secret baby, or like Doran's secret identity, and let's say there was a baby
Oh my
swap,
god.
and it's like, okay,
Disgusting.
how does Doran Martell's secret identity
All right,
confirm that a
everybody.
baby swap happened?
Now this is not me saying you should dislike the video. All right, I want you to like the video, but I am very interested in seeing what the dislike percentage is on this one.
We never make it to 4,000 subscribers, and it's entirely because of this video.
That's it. That's it. The whole channel stops. It's 100 views a video from now on.
We survived the Ravens end game.
Oh my god.
In fact, people say that's one of their favorites.
Zach, I hope you have the most wonderful day.
Tom is trying to get the hell out of this video.
No, I'm having a great time. The longer we just riff at the end, the more likely it is that I can put it on Patreon.
No. The longer we riff at the end, people are like, "Oh, this is a long video. They have a lot to say." But that's not true.
Oh my god. Like I like liking stuff. And
Yes.
I think it is abominable when people dunk on other people for liking stuff. But
Yes.
dunking on other people for liking stuff and like playfully challenging their beliefs about fake things,
Yes.
these are not the same. And I think that
Yeah. I will not.
is very fun and actually quite healthy.
I will not dunk on you at all for finding a baby swap theory enjoyable and fun and enhancing your enjoyment of A Song of Ice and Fire. If you tell me it's going to be confirmed in The Winds of Winter, I'm going to bring out all the logistical issues with it, because it's fun to talk about what's happening in a book that I really want to read. And I'm going to be honest, I thought I'd have that.
Yeah. But honestly, if you asked me to pick between The Winds of Winter and this YouTube channel, I know which one I'd pick.
I agree. George,
And
thank you for taking so long to write the books, because we would have never made this YouTube channel, and I would have never sat there and rotted long enough trying to come up with theories that I thought maybe the baby swap works only if Doran Martell is Dr. Bashir.
which like I don't know if that's funny, but I think it's funny. Zach, say goodbye.
Goodbye.